Is there any one person that's inspired you in life?
It sounds a wee bit corny, this, but my father.
No,
Sure.
I half suspected you were going to say that.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
I mean, my dad comes from like the 30s. And my dad came to a family of 10 in one room in Anderston, right? And there was actually 12 of them. 2 of them died when they were babies. So he came for that absolute squalor that we can't even imagine, even beyond, today. And he managed to actually pull himself out of that. He managed to take responsibility. Imagine that this guy coming for that, a family of 10 in Anderston in the 30s, suddenly to have a single parent. You can't imagine that at all, suddenly on your own.
Yeah, and as you say, in days when men didn't bring up kids. Yeah.
Didn't happen, didn't happen at all. So that, every time I think back to him, God bless him, he passed away 5 years ago now, and I miss him every day. But he inspired me greatly, and he gave me so much confidence, and told me. He was the only one, because I was painting at the time, my dad was a painter, and I was painting with him at the time when acting came into my head, and I couldn't even say it. I was embarrassed to say it to people, my mouth. And he was the one who went, go and do what you want, son. You don't listen to anybody, and it was fantastic that he did that. I'll tell you this wee story which might be relevant, might be known, but this is only about 10 years ago. And by this point I'd done quite a lot, but and my dad was sitting one day and he says, you're doing all right now, son, eh? Like, things are going okay. And he said, right, I knew there was something in his mind. I said, what is it? He said, he pulls out this wee bank book. He says, look, he says, I didn't want you to think, I didn't think you were going to make it. But when you said you were going to be an actor, he said, I put a wee bit of money that I was like starting to cry already, going, what? He didn't have any money at all. And he brings out this bank book. I can't even remember how much was in it. It was £800 or something like that. I was like, where did you get this? He said, I've just been sticking it away. He says, I thought if it didn't work out, get you a wee set of ladders. And be back with the painting again.
Brilliant.
So my dad's the man.
Brilliant. And I suppose typifies the fact that support is essential for whether you know you need it or not.
Yeah, well, absolutely. That's a really good way of putting it as well. Whether you know you need it or not, we all do. Because I've been in that place as well. I've been in that kind of, I don't need anybody kind of space. Probably because of what happened with my mother, particularly as a teenager, as an early teenager. You know what I mean? Getting home and having to make the tea for my dad. I didn't like it. And I was really an entirely different wee person back then. But that kind of thing that eats away, it just becomes a bigger rock. Just get the rock off your shoulder when it's a pebble. Just forget about that and move forward, you know what I mean? You can't let that grow. Yeah. Don't let that brain grind you down, because what's the point of that? What's the point of that?
So, very, very busy at the moment. What are you working on at the moment?
I'm just about to go to Vancouver actually in the next couple of days to do a TV show called Once Upon a Time, which is, the youngsters will know exactly what we're talking about here. This was written by the creators of Lost, which was hugely popular, successful. This is their first thing since then. And it's a really bizarre, weird and wonderful thing. It's set in the fairy tale world, and it's set in the real world as well. And the fairy tale characters kind of come into the real world and back and forward. And everybody laughs when I tell them this, and I play Rumpelstiltskin. Who's absolutely totally insane, and what's happened in Fairyland, you see, is there's an evil queen, and the evil queen's put a curse on all the fairy tale characters because she's fed up with happy endings. No more happy endings. So Snow White tries to do something about it, and she comes. The only person that the queen's scared is Rumpelstiltskin. The only person. They've built a jail in Fairyland just for him.
It sounds very interesting, and thank you for doing the interview today. Hopefully your support of With Kids will lead to a few more happy endings for the kids.
Absolutely, I really hope so. All the best to everybody, and good luck.